Hello and welcome back to another episode of Power Rangers Lore. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone in America, as well as those who celebrate it abroad. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, well, happy Friendsgiving. So this one is a Thanksgiving-themed monster today, the Turkey Jerk. Now, he is a Power Rangers exclusive monster. There was no Sentai version of him, so this costume was made of basically a chimeric version of different monsters they had taken on the series. The main one being the chunky chicken. Now, that's very interesting. There's very few actual monsters that were fully made just for the Power Rangers. You can probably list them in a handful, in truth. And why this one was made, we're not exactly certain in truth. But its whole character history is thanks to Bulk and Skull. You see, Bulk and Skull wanted to make their own monster, not to terrorize Angel Grove, but instead to use him to uncover the identities of the Power Rangers. Now, in their mind, they would have the monster attack Angel Grove and knew the Power Rangers would arrive to destroy it. When that happened, when they basically blasted them and destroyed them, they'd run forth, reach up behind them and pull off their masks, and reveal who they were and prove that Bulk and Skull were the smart masterminds to figure out who were the Power Rangers. Well, didn't go that way. What was happening at the time was this is a two-part episode he showed up. In the beginnings, he was being built by them in a Frankenstein-like fashion, and they were thinking all these different things. Well, Bulk had one idea of being a monstrous, horrible being, and Skull, well, he uses a cookbook. A Thanksgiving dinner cookbook. Yeah, pretty interesting there. That he had actually found this at the book fair. Now, I don't know how Skull thought that was going to work perfectly for what they were going to use, but, hey, whatever. Well, the Rangers, at least two of them, get trapped inside of another book found in the book fair that Lord Zed had cursed. And the other Rangers were busy trying to find that book to release them. Now, the book was called Grumble the Magic Elf, and they were having their own little mini adventure in there. In the process of being stopped looking for the Grumble the Magic Elf book, the other three Rangers had to basically just look around everywhere they could for this book, when suddenly they received news another monster attack, which confused them. They're like, oh man, Lord Zed's really ramping it up. Well, this other monster attack was none other than the Turkey Jerk. Lord Zed, needing to basically have a monster to distract the Rangers from finding that book, created and gave life to the Turkey Jerk. Now, Bulk figured out that he was just making a turkey and was about to threaten Skull's life for a little bit, and all of a sudden it was zapped by lightning from none other than Lord Zed's staff, and it was given life. This cybernetic turkey creature. From there, the Turkey Jerk basically arrives. Bulk and Skull realize, oh my god, and run away screaming through a steel wall, leaving their impressions. Pretty impressive they can run through a steel wall. That should not be physically possible. But hey, this is the Power Rangers, and Bulk and Skull are seemingly indestructible. Now, when that happens, the Turkey Jerk is initially nice. He's going, hey, what's up, guys? You helped build me. And then kind of chases after them, going, don't come back. Now, the Rangers would arrive after getting a call from Zordon that, hey, this guy, he can easily level the entirety of Angel Grove. And they're like, okay, we'll go deal with it. Thanks, Zordon. We'll look for the other Rangers later. So they go off and deal with this monster, who, initially is very nice to them too. He's like, hey, what's up? And you want to help destroy the city? And they're like, what? We never had a monster offer to destroy the city. And they're like, yeah. And they're like, no, we don't want to do that. And so he's like, oh, screw you. And then decides to blast them. And he fights them off pretty handily. It's pretty impressive, in truth. He even gives Billy a breather in the middle of the fight. They're fighting, he's like, don't take a breath. And he's going, okay, I guess, thank you. Now, even though he's heavily outnumbered, the Turkey Jerk is easily able to overwhelm them and take them all down. However, Adam's power axe is able to carve him up a little bit, gaining the upper hand and disposing of Turkey Jerk's blaster. Now, this angers Turkey Jerk extremely, and he's like, "No, I try to be nice to you guys, and apparently you don't want to approve of my Thanksgiving friendship I'm trying to give to you guys," and decides to take them down with explosive cranberries and to serve them up for dinner just to knock them out. Now, I don't know what he meant by that, but okay. That's direct quote. To serve up a dinner that just knocks... Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. To serve up a dinner that just knocks them out. Now, interesting. I'm not a big fan of cranberries, but whatever. I bet his cranberries are probably too bitter, because he sounded pretty bitter when he said it. Despite this, the three Rangers are able to summon the power cannon without the other need of the other Rangers, and this fails to impress the Turkey Jerk, who's like, my blaster's better, but a single blast from it obliterates him with one hit, and that would be the end of his story. Now, he is not seen again. He is not given new life, probably because Zordon's not. Sorry, I was getting. Lord Zed is distracted by what's going on in the book itself, and he probably didn't care. It was more of just a distraction plot, so he didn't need him to turn into a giant monster. Though if he was, he probably have his blaster back and he could have leveled the entire city. Now, why didn't they do it? Well, the real truth is because they didn't have the footage. They didn't want to go get the footage for the Zord fight and create the whole thing. There's no need to, so why do it? And so they didn't. It was just a distraction for the Grumble the Elf fights and stuff like that going on there. And so there's no real need to have him become a massive monster if he's only there to be a distraction, in truth. Now, that is none other than the Turkey Jerk. Now, behind the scenes footage, there's no idea who was the voice of the Turkey Jerk. They didn't give anybody there. And they say his design is based on a robotic turkey. And looking at it, you can kind of tell that he's got the full body of a turkey, just a little shell, like a little stasis chest piece thing that basically is able to keep him alive. And a turkey baster blaster. It's yeah. You gotta love the imagination of some of these people. So that is none other than the Turkey Jerk. Now, thank you very much, guys. Have a good one, and may the power protect you always. And happy Thanksgiving.